Hello and welcome everyone to another Northgard video on this channel. Today with the patch note review of the Clan of the Horse. Actually got released yesterday, so if you didn't knew it, it is inside the game right now. So if you want to have a little try, that would be the time to do it. But if you would have a few more minutes, I would like to go with you over the patch notes of the Horse Clan and maybe discuss the changes a little bit that happened over the beta and see what the Horse Clan has to offer. So let's see what we can find out about the Clan of the Horse, or Svadilfari, how it's also called, I think at least. It is led by Brooke and Atira, two spirited siblings. The Clan of the Horse are quiet and sturdy people. They are also recognized as the best craftsmen and women of the known world. So that already shows you quite a bit, and I think in general the Horse Clan is a little bit more around tool upgrades than other clans, but I think we're gonna get in that in later points. The starting bonuses of the Horse Clan are Itir and Brooke are the two clan war chiefs, so you can acquire both of them. They can be recruited in the forge instead of usual military camps for 150 gold, and there's no iron needed for them. That helps you a little bit to get him out early at the time, but it's gonna be important for you how we're gonna find out here, because both war chiefs can find, mine, ore and forge. So you will need the war chiefs to mine ore. That is also quite important, because your villagers will not be able to mine that ore. You will not be able to build a quarry and get the stone with villagers. You can only do it with your war chiefs. Therefore, your war chief's mining and forge speed is increased by 10%. So you're gonna be 10% quicker than a normal villager right there. I think that's a little tweak that happened after the beta, because I think they were just as fast as villagers there, while there is a lure that also makes them a little bit quicker there. But the general mining speed is now already 10% quicker than you would know from another villager. The clan does not have access to mines, miners or smiths. Mines and miners we already covered, but you will also not be able to get any smiths, because your war chief will also be doing all your forging for you. It can be quite cool, because you will also not need to put villagers in there, and war chiefs, how we all know, don't eat food at least. They will cost you a little bit of wood consumption right there, but the food consumption is not there, and therefore do all your mining and forging. Can be a little bit slower than with other clans, since you just have two people to do it, but you won't pay food for it, so your other eco will definitely benefit from it. Villain's Forge replaces the regular forge, so you have a special looking forge right there that is specially designed not for 3 smiths but for 2 war chiefs, looking very nice. You will also get your war chiefs right there, so you won't get it at the war camp, how we covered earlier. A little bit different then, because you will need to have a little bit gold and a little bit more wood to get your first, it's not really military building, right? But since your war chiefs are in there, kind of treat it as a military building, since you will most likely get it quite early and way earlier than with any other clan. Villagers also build and repair buildings 25% faster. That is quite cool. I definitely felt it with the villagers, like especially when you go out to build a tower or a farm, you really feel those 25% and can help you to get a little bit of an edge there, and I think it's a really nice starting bonus for the Horse Clan. That gives us a chance to go right into the fame bonuses. When you gain more fame, the Clan of the Horse will get the following exclusive rewards. So as fame, you will get Craftsman, at the 200 fame of course. Upgraded tools get an additional 5% production bonus. That will be quite important in my opinion, because usually you will be going for the iron a little bit earlier than with other clans, and also therefore get the tool upgrades a little bit earlier, and extra 5% can just be really nice on top there. Selling stone or iron gives 20% more gold, and the trading partner gets twice the amount of those resources. That can be super important in team games, because the Horse Clan is like the Stag Clan, a clan that has a little bit more access to stone, but we're gonna cover that just right in the next point. And therefore this point could be quite important in team games, and get some quite nice strategies that could end up quite creative there. So at the 500 fame, you will actually be able to build a second relic. That's of course already a quite big point. So being able to get 2 relics for the horse clan can be super strong, and yeah, some quite nice combinations and creative combinations are again possible there. But also you will get 2 stone and 2 iron deposits that are discovered in your territory. I might be wrong about that. I think the stone mines are 10 each, so you will get 20 stone on top at the 500 fame bonus. And I think the iron deposits are 5 each. There might be also 10, but I think there are 5. So that helps you quite a bit later on with the lure, because you really want to have your war chiefs mining. We're gonna cover that a little later when we go over the lures, but it really helps you out in general. In combination with the 200 fame bonus, I think there might be really some cheeky strategies for team games where you could give your teammate quite a good amount of stone there, maybe even a goat that really goes late game or something like that. Could you imagine something like that? The special relic for the horse clan is the Deinsleif in Turfing. This relic allows your war chiefs to gain 20% attack, 20% resistance, 20% more life, 20% faster mining, and also faster forge speed, also 20%, how you might have guessed. And also, not written right here, but after the beta they actually added a little bit of a blue aura, I would call it, that surrounds your war chief there. So a little bit of a visual effect, but it's definitely noteworthy, because I think it's really nice, it looks nice, and I like it quite a bit. The relic itself, quite strong, just for the fact that you will have 2 war chiefs. So I'm not completely sure what the best thing is to get it in. If you really want to get it very early to get all the faster forging and faster mining for your war chiefs, more a relic that helps you in the later stages of the game to make the fights happen, so because the 20% attack and the resistance bonus for your war chiefs can add up to quite a little bit. When you get it together with a few other lures, your war chiefs can get quite tanky, let's say it like that. Here we can see Veldun's Forge. Well, I don't know, I always this letter here, I just speak it out like it would be German. I just say Veldun's Forge. If it's wrong, just write down in the comments, please. You can see it right here, also in the upgraded phase. The regular forge is replaced by Veldun's Forge. Upgrading this forge will increase the forging speed by 20%. How you might have guessed, you will not be able to get 3rd war chief in there. That's sad, but yeah, that's how it is. In general, I don't know how worthy the upgrade of the Veldun's Forge actually is, because the 20% usually also give you like a 3rd villager to get into the building and help a little bit. So I think it's one of the definitely less worthy buildings to upgrade, while the forging speed can be just so important in some cases that you will just be going for it. So really depends on how it goes here with the horse clan. I think it will rather be a kind of late game clan, because it gets really strong lures that drives it to the late game, but in general just a really nice clan to play here. And Veldun's Forge also a very nice building. We have Etria and Brook, the builders. Well, they will be doing a lot of stuff that they will not be building. I will call them the miners. But Etria and Brook are the clan of the horses war chiefs. They can be recruited from Veldun's Forge for 150 gold each without any iron, how we covered already. They are at the center of the clan mechanics, definitely, like it will all be going around your war chiefs, and I would definitely recommend them to get them very early into the game. Because they're the only ones to mine, they are able to mine stone and iron forge weapons, forge tools, weapons of course too, like everything smith would be doing for you. And relics. Here we have a little picture of them. I think the most noteworthy is it's looking really nice. It's looking like he's up to invite you for a beer, and she looks like she's up to punch you in your face. Or I did nothing wrong, but I don't know. To mine a deposit with one of the war chiefs or with both, you need to no need to build a mine, just assign them directly to the ore, what is also a very important thing, because you don't need to build a quarry, you don't need to break it down afterwards, like that's not too much of importance, but you don't need to pay upkeep for it all the time. I think that's more important to note there. When an enemy enters the tile, the war chiefs stop forging and mining and automatically attack their opponent. Once the fight is over, they go back to mining and forging. I didn't even know about that. That's really nice to know that they thought about that. So you don't need to reassign them back to the stone. They will just automatically go back there. I don't know if I actually had the chance to test this. Maybe it already happened to me. But I think, yeah. Really cool, really cool. At the beginning of the game, both Aethria and Brook have the same stats. These are 13 attack, 10 defense, and 75 health. I think this is default war chief. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but it is at least almost default war chief, like a normal war chief would give you. And with that, we're gonna jump right into the lore tree of the horse clan. That went quick, right? One of the upper ones that is replacing mining efficiency is metalcraft. That will be very not very same-ish as mining efficiency, because mining efficiency gives you more stone over time, but your war chief's mining and forge speed is increased by 40%. There were 50% in the beta, maybe a little bit too strong, but yeah, nicely little tweak right there to get it down to 40%. Will help you quite a bit as the horse clan, of course, because you will not be able to just have 4 or even 6 people mining, like having 4 people on the stone and 2 people on the iron. It will not be possible for you at all, and the only thing to actually get you quicker at the mining is the metalcraft, but it's gonna be important because it is actually at another tree at other lores. I think we're just gonna jump straight to them, because we have excavation right here. Excavation replaces erudition, so it is at the trading tree, at the lower tree, and it will also be a quite important lore for the horse clan, because mining with Aethria and Brook will gain a certain amount of lore. Each war chief mining stone or iron earns +4 lore and +6 if you have metalcraft already. So oftentimes I would really like to have metalcraft before you go for excavation. I really like doing that, but the lore you get out of excavation already without the metalcraft is already decent, so it might actually be a thing to go for excavation first. I saw people doing that very often, and it's very an interesting combination of lords here, and I think one of the most interesting of the horse clan. That is why I just overread that little gif right here that maybe a lot of people of you are already interested in, because it's also a super nice lore right here, and I just overread it here very, very rudely. But it is a great tower, and it replaces defensive strategy, so you will not be getting that on top, and it is also quite important, I think, because itself it is already quite strong. It allows you to upgrade your watchtowers, how you can see right here already very nicely, very nice gif right here. I'm not gonna go into the GIF train. Don't write something about it. Don't write something in the comments about that. That's not an issue to talk about. You will be able to upgrade them a second time, giving them even 50% more attack power and 15% more structural defense. So they will be very hard to bring down in the late game with big amounts of army. Your opponent still won't have any real big problem to go against the tower, but if you have quite a bit of army already around, the tower will definitely do a very good amount of damage while the fight. And if you can keep the fight going for a long time, I think the tower could definitely pay out to make a lot of work, even in the later stages of the game. Way more than a first tier tower or second tier tower could ever do you, help you in that fight. But still, it is not something you can just build up and just let it defend against the 10 warrior plus war chief army, because they will still be able to bring that tower down, while they will have a few more losses than they would usually have before now. The excavation we already covered right here, helps you quite a bit with the Metalcraft lore in combination, but in general a very strong lore, and I think we will make the Horse clan like one of the stronger lore clans if it can access quite a few of mines. Like if you can get your hands on the bonus stone or iron, you can get a substantial amount of lore just while mining that, so it's really nice. The ancestral influence, also a very strong lore. It's on the upper tree of the Horse clan, like the last lore on the right side, so replacing the special lore of every clan on the upper tree. It will let your relics not use a building slot anymore, and each relic gives a 5% production bonus in the tile they're built in and in the surrounding tiles, and this is a quite good bonus. I don't know if that actually changed, if they already gave the bonus to the tile they built in before. I think before it were actually just for the tiles around that, but maybe I'm also wrong about that. Now at least they definitely also give a production bonus to the tile they're built into, and that can be a quite substantial bonus. Like if you can get both of those relics like right next to each other in your most important tiles, you can basically upgrade your whole eco by 10%, and this would be a super nice bonus and can help you quite a bit to get onto the other economic clans that can seem still a little bit stronger here, like the Goat clan or the Stag clan in the later game can really explode with their fame bonuses and yeah, tool upgrades, or with the Goat clan of course just the sheep. But with that bonus and the other bonuses just on top, and just the ability to get a lot of bonus stone in general, like a lot of bonuses, how you might have already heard, they might be actually able to hold up to these clans in the later stages of the game. While I think the Horse clan also needs a little bit of a minute until it actually gets running, while of course with time comes new strategies, and there might be actually a way to get the Horse clan up very quickly. But just right now, if you don't have access to a huge amount of ruins or shipwrecks, that can of course help you there quite a bit. The Horse clan needs a little bit of a minute to actually get running, but when the bonuses all hit here, it helps quite a bit. And we're going to the last lore that were actually a little bit overpowered in the beta, in my opinion. The quality of life lore will give you +1 happiness per territory with upgraded civilian buildings except houses. That before it were +1 happiness for every upgrade building, so it were quite easy to get a quite big happiness bonus. But just right now you will be forced to split up your economy there a little bit and try to get a lot of upgrades in different tiles, and that already led into a few quite cool things. So for example, just breaking down the scout camp in your main tile, building it in somewhere outside tile where we'd never really built an upgraded building, and upgrade the scout camp right there, and then it can even benefit you after you have scouted the whole map. And yeah, even people like me will not break it down anymore then. And I also have quite the thing that I break it down a little bit too often, and that might help me a little bit to learn to love the scout camp a little bit more, let's say it like that. Very nice change right here. It really hit the spot, I think. Just right now it doesn't seem at all overpowered anymore. I really like it quite a bit. It gives you a good amount of happiness, and it will still require you to think about what you do and like have a little bit of different strategy on go if you want to get the maximum amount of happiness right there. Just perfect lore. I love it. And just in general, the lore tree of the Horse clan, very interesting. A lot of room to experiment, a lot of lores that I often didn't even went for in some strategies. So also gives another way to try out other strategies, because the ancestral influence were actually not that much in my strategies right now, but I think you can still do a lot with it. So a lot of room to experiment there. So I really like that. Let's jump into the general changes though, since we're going over the Horse clan quite a bit. Just write down in the comments if you like the Horse clan. Maybe I even think about if I do here a little straw poll right here that might be popping up at the top of the screen. But maybe I forgot about that too. So let's just jump right into the general changes right here. The first thing is constructing a building of any type is now forbidden in a conflict zone, war or decolonization. So Damn it. I had oftentimes that I had a villager still in the tile and another villager just dodging a drawer for a time, and then you just ended up to build the building right there. You could also cheese a little bit against real players there when you just have like army running around there and you try to get the tower up like at least the last percentages of it. Yeah, won't be possible anymore. Don't think too much of a bummer, just something they wanted to change though. Didn't thought it were too much of a problem, but I don't know. There are oftentimes things that you don't like to see that much as a developer, so I think that were one of the things, and I don't mind it that much not being able to do that anymore. During the campaign you can now skip the introduction cinematic. Bam! I love it. I love it. That is actually super nice. I think especially at one of the later ones. Yeah, I think that's a really nice change there. An option now allows you to disable the profanity filter during a multiplayer game. I already saw that, and since I live on Edge, I already put it out there. Really nice to have now the option to get that out, because it is quite radical, but I don't think that's all too bad even. Like, if you have the choice to just get it out, just make the profanity filter super hard, so parents don't need to feel too bad to have kids just playing that game in the multiplayer, because you can be very sure there's no word that will be going through it. I guess some people could actually prove me wrong there, but since you can just put it out, I don't really mind if it's a little bit more aggressive there. The lore stone and the circle of lore stone now have an icon when no lore master is assigned, like other buildings. Ah, okay, that's really nice, like that. And you can now change the shadow quality, none, low, medium, high, and very high. So I could imagine that the multiplayer stability in general could go a little bit up if players with a little bit weaker system go down with the shadow quality here. Because I don't know what is making the games lag at most, but I always feel that when players that play the game quite often, and I already know, the game is really going like very fluent, don't have a lot of lags there. I think we had even a game on a huge map that went very good. Like, there were no lags in there, there were not too big of problems there. I oftentimes just have the feeling that there's one player around that has some problems to really get the map loaded there, and maybe putting down the shadow quality could help quite a bit there, because in other games I already know that shadow quality can be quite weighted on your graphics card. So maybe a nice change right there. Like, I'm not a developer, I don't know if that were actually the reasoning to make the change there, but like every things you can choose in general are good things, right? There are also a few more achievements that went into the game right here. So for example, the Great Defense, that will need you to control 5 upgraded towers level 2 of the Horse Clan right there. It won't be that easy, but I think it will definitely be possible. For example, if you go for a trading win or something like that. Wonder Collector, that will you will get that when you build 2 relics in the same game. I don't think that will be too much of a problem for the Horse Clan, because oftentimes it will just happen for you. So really nice achievement to collect there. The Builder, you will get that for win a game. The Horse Master, you will get that for win 50 games. Okay, that's cool. As the last change, the Clan of the Bear got a little nerf right there. So with the Shield Mastery attack, your shield bearers will now only get 10% resistance instead of 15%. I guess that's quite a nice change, because the shield bearers were definitely a little bit too strong there at the late of the game. Let's see if this change will change it around there. 5% seems to be not that much, but it can make quite a lot of difference, because resistance is a little bit lower than attack in general. So could make quite of a difference there. And yeah, we'll see over the course of the next month how the Bear Clan will actually resolve with this little change right there. At the end, just a little hello from Shiro right there. We really hope you have as much fun with the horse as Clan of the Horse as we did creating it. We still have a lot of awesome ideas for the future and can't wait to share them all with you. Thanks for your continued feedback and support. Have fun and thank you! Yeah, I want to thank you too to bear through me through the patch notes right here. I think very interesting ones, since the clan of the horse is in general a very interesting clan. You can be sure that I will be looking out to make a little bit of a build order video here for the horse clan in the next days. I hope that you enjoyed this little video here. Maybe see you back in the next one, and bye bye everyone. Thanks for watching. Ciao.